All right, YouTube. Welcome back to another trade recap. It's my third one on the week, and today I actually did end up green today, which is pretty good. I did end up taking one loss and one win. The first loss, I guess I kind of did take a loss today. Like in green, but I kind of got blessed, and let me explain. So I did blow two evals again. I blew two more evals, but I did have, I guess, remember that one of the accounts I told you about that only had $90 left? I guess I forgot to trade it or copy trade it along with my other account, and I still had that one. So I took a trade on that account, and I only had like I think 500 drawdown left, so I risked like two micros. I ended up taking a dub. So I'm really counting that as a W, and I'm counting that as a green day. So it's good for my psych. My draw was right, so everything is good. I ended up taking a W, good, and we'll get into that right now. Okay, so I want to come into today and show you what my bias was, okay? And I'll show you what my first fuck up was, okay? So let me go back to let me go back to 9 o'clock, okay? So when I was looking at the hourly, right? Oh, I'm sorry, it's taking forever to load. But when I was looking at the hourly, okay, I seen this unfilled hourly gap right here, right? So what I had set it open was what I wanted to see was either price just displace down and take out this next low down here, which is the next draw, the next obvious draw that I can think of, right? That I see that we could be heading towards, right? The only thing that I didn't like about this that I was kind of worried about was that we did have higher time frame SMT at these lows down here. So I think it might have been these lows right here. We had SMT, right? So we took out all these lows yesterday and we had SMT, okay? So that's my only concern that I was worried about. Oh shit, my bad. That I was worried about for this trade, but I was still confident in it, right? So I was bearish overall. I wanted to see shorts today. I wasn't looking for longs unless at 10 a.m. we inverse this hourly or we start displacing through it closer to 10 a.m. You know what I'm saying? So this is what happened, right? This is at 9 o'clock, so let's see what happened. Okay, so this is 9:30. So now this is where I fucked up the first time, okay? So this is my first trade that I took. And this is a learning experience as well. Like I said, you can always learn from your losses. I'm gonna journal this, and I'm telling y'all because it's kind of like a journal myself, right? You can always learn from your losses, okay? Always learn. So this is what happened in my first loss, okay? So market opens up, right? We inverse it, cool. Make a gap, cool. We're still going lower, right? So when I see this right here, this candle right here, when I see this, I'm like, okay, I want to see another candle that's showing me bearish signatures, right? And this is where I messed up, okay? So I seen this next candle right here, boom, right? We fill the gap completely again twice. And this time we also close bearish. So this is looking like the same trade from yesterday, right? And what happens? I get immediately stopped out again. Boom. So that's my first loss. And this is actually what caused me, because I was kind of over risked on my other two evals. This is what caused me to lose these evals, was this trade right here. But what I can learn from this is I should have been more patient. And now going forward into like majority days, because this is obviously a valid trade, but I'm gonna tell you why it's a valid trade. It would have been a valid trade if at market open we had tapped this unfilled hourly first. If we tapped this unfilled hourly first and then had this type of reaction, that would have been more justified, because there's no reason for us to go back up higher to that gap if we were already respecting it, right? And that's what I failed to realize was I had that gap marked out. I should have been, okay, I'm only going to take the short if this gets tapped into, respected, and then we go down lower, right? Or, we tap that gap and we keep going higher and we end up going for longs, you know what I'm saying, after we inverse the hourly. Those are my two, I literally said those are my two conditions when I first started, and I took this at open. So I guess you kind of say it's breaking my rules, but now that I know, okay, I can only take trades like this whenever the higher time frame has no unfilled gaps and has no reason to go up higher. Like I said, I'm gonna repeat it again. For this trade right here, this would have been valid only if the hourly had already been respected. That hourly gap was unfilled during pre-market, right? It was unfilled, so I should have been more cautious about actually going short, without tapping that hourly, right? So that's the reason why I took that first trade. Of course, I'm a journalist. I'm gonna learn from it, and like I said, you can always learn something every day. Took a loss. It's usually my setup, but another factor was that hourly. I should have been paying more attention to that, and I lost. So now let's go into the winning trade, right? So we ended up tapping this hourly, right? Tap the hourly, cool. We also tapped the unfilled 15 minute in here too. There's also an unfilled 15. So we did that, right? So now what I was looking at was this 5 minute right here, okay? This 5 minute gap, right? We also had SMT at the highs as well, okay? As you can see right here, SMT at the highs, okay? So now, boom, boom. So this candle inverse, right? Right at 10 o'clock. We inverse this 5 minute and we're heading down lower, okay? So now, when I go down to the 1 minute, okay, we weren't able to get a retrace into this 5 minute inversion. So I'm like, okay, we're obviously not going to go back higher, right? And this gap's obviously not going to get tapped either, right? News dropped. we're still heading lower. We manipulated up a little bit, which is this candle right, or which is this candle right here, right? We're obviously not going up higher, manipulate higher, so I'm not gonna get entry at my original 5-minute inverse. Okay, so now what I'm looking at is this inverse right here. Okay, I'm looking at this inverse right here, and I didn't want to hit the home run and hold it to all the way down here. I was like, you know what? Let me just go right here, take a 1-to-1, collect my profits. Right. This was my plan. Okay, so then boom, this inverse is right. Boom. Okay, and I didn't get in initially right here. Okay, I waited for a little bit of a retrace. This next candle opened up a little bit bullish right here, opened up, and I just got in right here. I think my entry was like at 30. I don't remember what my entry was, but I was targeting a 1-to-1. So this is my trade. This is what the trade was looking like. Okay, boom, boom. Or it was actually a little bit higher. I had like a little bit of wiggle room just in case we tapped the gap. Okay, so boom, this was my entry right here. Okay, I actually got in on this candle. I didn't get wait for the actual gap, but I knew we had a gap respecting. So if we do come back up, I want to see this respect and then go to this low right here, because obviously we're bearish. We're gonna keep heading lower, right? So then boom, I get in at this candle, right? I'm already in profit. Okay, so then boom, I didn't want to go break even yet unless ES created SMT at the low right here, or we respect this gap, which happened, and then we take out this low and displace lower, right? So that's what I wanted to see. Okay, so after that, boom, we take out this low, but I didn't like the way it closed. You see, like if we would have closed more down here with a displacing candle, I don't like the way it wicked. So I was like, okay, I don't want to go break even just yet. Let me be patient. Let me wait. Okay. So now, next candle. Boom. Okay. Close bullish. Next candle. Boom. We start displacing, right? And as soon as I seen ES take this low, we had SMT now, right? SMT. So okay, now I'm going to break even because this could be a sign of reversal. Even though I highly doubt it, because everything else on the higher time frame from the hourly to the 15 is all showing bearish order flow, right? But just to be safe, right? Just to be safe, I won't break even because I've been fucked over so many times by a scenario just like this to where it goes. I missed a break even spot. I missed where ES takes the low where I'm supposed to go break even, and I end up losing, and I don't realize it till after. So once I seen this, I'm like, okay, I'm going to break even immediately. I don't care if I get break even. I'm going break even immediately because I want to follow my rules, and I see this, and it's a possible sign of reversal. Okay, but thankfully we didn't. I think we ended up just going straight for the draw after this. So boom, boom, and there's TP, right? So this is very mechanical trade. My bias, my draw was right again. I feel like my draws always would drop right. Majority of the time, it's just the entry points. That's what I've been messing up on. And today in the morning, that was another one where I kind of messed up on the entry point where I could have been better. But yeah, I should have been better. I should have waited till we tapped this already like this, and then boom, we had a great sell off after that. I should have been patient for that. If I was, I probably would have been up crazy on the day, and I would have been up, probably on my other evals 1500. But it's all good. I'm not gonna complain. I'm glad I ended off on a win. I'm glad that I was able to, learn from that loss, and I'm actually grateful that I actually had my other account that I was supposed to lose, but I didn't. And now I have an account that's actually up 1,000 in profit. So I'll probably buy one more eval to copy trade too, and then just go from there and see what happens. So that's what I got for the trade recap. If you're not following me yet, make sure you go follow me on TikTok at Tone Trades. And if you're not subscribed, then make sure you like, comment, subscribe. More of these videos are coming on the way. Like I said, this is going to be posted right now. But tomorrow, if I do take a trade, I might not be able to make a trade recap just because I am going to be out of town. I'm going to be in Dallas until Saturday. So if I do a trade recap, it might not be till late Saturday, maybe early Sunday. But I'm for sure going to try. I'm taking my laptop. I'm taking my charger. I'm taking my stuff. So I'm going to try to make a video for y'all, make a trade recap if I take a trade. And then for sure, Saturday and Sunday, I'm going to make a psychological video. So make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, because I do want to be active on here. I do want to start getting active, maybe post once a day. For sure once a day. Maybe twice, depending on what type of content I can cook up. But yeah, like I said, if you want to see me more active and more of my lifestyle, me just trolling and stuff, make sure I go follow my TikTok at Tone Trades. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got for this video. I'll see you on the next one.